Hi students, so we were dealing in with our previous video with the exercise 7.6. So we have completed up to the 10th question. So let me continue with the next question of the exercise 7.6. So before continuing to the next question, let me just rewind up or just brief the formula of integration by parts. What it is saying, integration of first function into second function. Integration of a product of two function is equal to first function integration of the second minus integration into differentiation of the first function into integration of the second function. After multiplying the differentiation of first and integration of the second, we are taking the again integrating that product. So this is what the integration by part formula is saying. So we have briefed up with the formula of integration by part. Let me continue with the solution of a given question. That is, I am taking that one as equal to I integration of x into sine inverse of x divided by square root of 1 minus x square. Here again the thinking is which one I need to take as a first function and second function. As per the Euler rule, inverse trigonometric function, it obviously comes first, so it is a first function, and this one I am going to take it as a second function. So first function integration of the second function. So if I deal with that one formula, what it goes, first function, that is sine inverse of x, into integration of the second function, that is x into square root of 1 minus x square dx, minus integration into differentiation of the first function, that is sine inverse of x, into integration of the second function. So this is what the formula is saying. So we should know what is the integration of this function. So I will do it in the side, that is integration of x divided by square root of 1 minus x square dx. So clearly we can deal this one with the substitution method. That is, if I take 1 minus x square is equal to t and differentiate this one with respect to x, I am going to get minus 2x dx is equal to dt. So here we required only x dx, which is equal to minus dt by 2. So what happens if I substitute that one here, means it becomes integration of minus 1 by 2 dt divided by square root of t. So integration of 1 by root t is 2 root t. Already we are having minus 1 by 2 plus c. So 2 get cancels, minus root t. T is nothing but 1 minus x square. So clearly the integration of x divided by square root of 1 minus x square, the integration of that one is minus root of 1 minus x square. So I am using that one here. So what happens, this one sine inverse of x into integration of x divided by square root of 1 minus x square. The integration is what? Minus square root of 1 minus x square, minus integration, differentiation of sine inverse of x is 1 divided by square root of 1 minus x square, into integration of this one is nothing but minus 1 divided by square, not 1 divided by, minus square root of 1 minus x square into dx. So here root of 1 minus x square, root of 1 minus x square get cancelled. So the remaining is minus sine inverse of x square root of 1 minus x square. Here this minus comes outside, it becomes plus integration dx. So what is this? Minus square root of 1 minus x square into sine inverse of x plus integration of 1 with respect to x is x plus c. So this is the integral of a given question, that is x into sine inverse of x divided by square root of 1 minus x square. So clearly we are taking sine inverse of x as first function and the rest as the second function. So obviously the second function integral is going to be arrived. So before going to simplify this one here itself, it's better upon your left side or right side you can simplify what is the integral of that one and substitute that value here, so that there will be no confusion for you people. Or else you can put a star mark to that one and you can consider that what integration of x divided by square root of 1 minus x square. Then you can continue with your integrating part, getting the answer, then substituting that one in the star. In that way also you can continue. As per your convenience you can deal with this problem. So similar to this type of question, there is one exercise question in your textbook in exercise 7.6. This is an example question from that part. Exercise 7.6, I think 11th one only, that problem, that is x into cos inverse of x divided by square root of 1 minus x square. I am giving this one as homework so that you can do it by yourself. Here also again you can take cos inverse x as equal to first function and the rest as equal to second function, and you can continue the method like as I did here. So that this one is the homework for you people. The next is tan inverse of x. So I am considering I is equal to integration of tan inverse of x into dx. Here we are having only one function. So I am taking it as tan inverse of x into 1 dx. So clearly by using the rule of Euler, what happens here? Tan inverse of x, it is an inverse trigonometric function. It is a constant function. So what happens, this is the first function and this is the second function. As per our integration by part, what happens, integration of tan inverse of x into 1 dx is equal to first function integration of the second function minus integration into differentiation of the first function into integration of the second function. So as per the formula, I have written the first line. Now what happens, tan inverse of x, integration of 1 dx, that is integration of a constant is always here, it is x, minus integration, differentiation of tan inverse of x, we know that 1 divided by 1 plus x square into integration of x 1 dx, that is x itself, so into dx. So we got what, x into tan inverse of x minus integration of x divided by 1 plus x square dx. I hope by looking into this one itself, most of the people might have got some idea how to integrate this one. So you can integrate this one either through the substitution method or the thing what I said. What is the differentiation of 1 plus x square? It is 2x. So suppose if I multiply here 2 and divide by 2 means we are going to, it is in the form of integration of f dash of x divided by f of x. If it is like this means, as I said already, it is nothing but log of mod f of x. I have already said the formula regarding like this in general, so I am dealing with like that itself. X into tan inverse of x minus 1 by 2 log mod 1 plus x square plus c. So this is the integral of a given question or the given thing. Suppose if you didn't fail to identify that you should multiply and divide, it will be in this form means, so there will be x divided by 1 plus x square dx. You can directly go with the approach of substitution method, that is by taking 1 plus x square is equal to t and differentiating this one, you are going to get this itself as your answer. So there is nothing changes in it. So it is the easiest way, and this is bit longer. You are going to add 2 steps extra compared to this one, that's all. So it is left to you people. So this is the integral of the given question, that is tan inverse of x. The next question is x into log x whole square. I am going to take I integration of x into log x whole square dx. Now we need to check which is the first and which is the second as per the Euler rule. So logarithmic function comes first. So log x whole square is the first function and x is the second function. So integration of x into log x whole square dx is equal to first function, that is log x whole square, into integration of the second function minus integration differentiation of the first function, that is log x whole square, into integration of the second function. So this is what it is going to be. So now what happens, log x whole square as it is, integration of x dx is x square by 2 minus integration differentiation of log x whole square is 2 log x into 1 by x. Chain rule is followed here. Into integration of x is x square by 2 into dx. Now you can see here clearly that is that 2 get cancels, x into x this get cancelled out. So what is remaining? Log x whole square into x square by 2 minus integration of log x into x dx. So now here again log x into x, product of two functions. So as per the Eilert rule, logarithmic function, it is the first function and this is the second function. Again we are using here integration by parts method. What happens here? That is log x whole square into x square by 2 minus what happens? That is first function, that is log x into integration of the second function minus integration differentiation of the first function into integration of the second function. So this is what it is going to be happen. Now what happens here? Log x whole square into x square by 2 minus log x, integration of x with respect to x is x square by 2 minus integration differentiation of log x is 1 by x into x square by 2 into dx. Now what happens here? 1x get cancelled, remaining is 1 by 2. So here it is nothing but x square into log x whole square divided by 2 minus x square into log x by 2 minus integration, here 1 by 2 is constant, integration of dx, it is x plus c. So now what happens? 1 by 2, here we had 1 by 2 into x, so it is x square by 2. So final answer it will be, you can keep it yourself in this way, or you can multiply this minus sign inside and you can keep it as per your convenience. That is x square into log x whole square divided by 2 minus x square log x by 2, minus into minus plus. So what happens here? X square by 4 plus c. So this is the integral of the given question. What was the question? X into log x whole square. So this is how we are going to find the integral of a product of two functions. Means this is how, by using the integration by parts method, we are finding the integral. The next is x square plus 1 into log x. So first thing what I am doing is I am taking that one as equal to I into x square plus 1 into log x dx. Now as per our Eilert rule, logarithmic function comes, it as a first function, and algebraic function it is the second function as per the Eilert rule priority. So now what happens? Integration of x square plus 1 into log x dx, this is equal to first function log x as it is, integration of x square plus 1 dx, integration of the second function minus integration differentiation of the first function into integration of the second function dx. So now what happened here? Log x as it is, integration of x square plus 1. What is the integration of x square? It is x cube by 3 plus what is the integration of 1 with respect to x? It is x minus integration. What is the differentiation of log x? It is 1 by x. Again integration of x square with respect to x is x cube by 3 plus x into dx. So if here x is common in the numerator, if we take that x common outside, what happens? 1 by x into x square by 3 plus 1. Here this x get cancelled, so the remaining is x square by 3 plus 1. So it is the integration of x square by 3 plus 1, that is log x cube by 3 plus x minus integration of x square by 3 plus 1 into dx. Now what happens? log x cube by 3 plus x minus integration of x square by 3. Here 1 by 3 as it is, integration of x square is x cube by 3. Again this minus is carried out. Integration of 1 with respect to x is x plus c. So now what is the final answer? Log x cube by 3 plus x minus 1 by 9 or x cube by 9 minus x plus c. So this is the integral of a given question, that is integration of x square plus 1 into log x. So this is how we are going to find the integral through parts. The next question, that is e power x into sin x plus cos x. I am giving this one as a homework, and you can solve this problem with the type which we have considered under this section. That is integral of the type e power x into f of x plus f dash of x. So this question is of this form, so that I hope it is a direct question. You can solve this question using this method. The next question is x into e power x divided by 1 plus x whole square. First thing is that I am considering that one as equal to I x into e power x divided by 1 plus x whole square into dx. So first what I am considering here is e power x. We are having x, so I am adding and subtracting the 1 to this x. So by adding and subtracting 1 to the numerator, there is no changes in the numerator. So what happens? 1 plus x minus 1 divided by 1 plus x whole square into dx. Now what happens? Now I am splitting the numerator. So what it goes? E power x into, how I am splitting is, I am taking this one as one thing and the rest as one thing. So what happens? 1 plus x divided by 1 plus x whole square minus 1 divided by 1 plus x whole square into dx. So 1 plus x get cancels. So the remaining is integration of e power x 1 divided by 1 plus x minus 1 divided by 1 plus x whole square into dx. Suppose if I consider 1 divided by 1 plus x is equal to f of x, and if I differentiate this one, so what happens? As per the quotient rule, it goes with 1 plus x whole square and 1 plus x differentiation of the numerator. Since it is a constant, it becomes 0 minus 1 differentiation of the denominator, it is 1 itself. So what is our integral of 1 divided by 1 plus x minus 1 divided by 1 plus x whole square? So this is our f dash of x. So you can see here clearly that if this is our f of x means, then this part has become what? Our f dash of x. So the given question, it is clearly in the form of e power x, integration of e power x into f of x plus f dash of x into dx. So if it is in this form, means the integral is equal to e power x into f of x plus c. So what is the integral of this one then? The integral of that one is e power x into, what is f of x here? 1 divided by 1 plus x plus c. So this is the integral of a given question, that is x into e power x divided by 1 plus x whole square. The next question is e power x into 1 plus sin x divided by 1 plus cos x. First thing what I am doing is I am considering this one as equal to I. After considering this one as equal to I, so we cannot, as I said in the beginning itself, the integral of the form e power x into f of x plus f dash of x, it is very hard to recognize whether the given question is in this form or not. So you can see the level of difficulty as we move on going with solving the problem. So here this question is in this form, but within one side we cannot identify this is in this form. So what we are doing here is, we can write sin x as equal to what? 2 sin x by 2 into cos x by 2. I hope Everyone know the formula of sin 2x is equal to 2 sin x into cos x. So it is by half angle formula. Then again 1 plus cos x or 1 plus cos 2x, it can be written as 2 cos square x. So 1 plus cos x, it can be written as 2 cos square x by 2. So in place of sin x, replace sin x by this one and 1 plus cos x as this one. So what happens? Integration of e power x into 1 plus 2 sin x by 2 into cos x by 2 divided by 1 plus cos x, it is nothing but 2 cos square x by 2 into dx. So now what happens? Integration of e power x into 1 divided by 2 cos square x by 2 plus 2 sin x by 2 into cos x by 2, splitting the numerator, 2 cos x by 2, 2 cos square x by 2 into dx. So now what happens here? Integration e power x 1 by 2, 1 by cos is secant, so 1 by cos square is secant square x by 2, 2 get cancels. So what is remaining in cos square? So 1 cos get cancels with this. So sin by cos, it is nothing but tan x by 2 into dx. So clearly you can see here what is the f of x and what is f dash of x. So clearly if I take f of x is equal to tan x by 2. What is the differentiation of tan x by 2? Differentiation of tan is secant square x by 2 into 1 by 2 by the chain rule. So this is nothing but here. So it is clearly is in the form of integration of e power x into f of x plus f dash of x, where clearly here tan x by 2, this is our f of x and this is our f dash of x. So now what happens? The integral of this one is e power x into f of x. What is f of x? That is tan x by 2 plus c. So this is the integral of a given question. So this is how we are going to think before we are solving with the question is in which form. So here the question was in the form of integration of e power x into f of x plus f dash of x. The next question is e power x into 1 by x minus 1 by x square. I am taking this one as equal to I. So this question is direct thing. I hope everyone can see which is our f of x and which is our f dash of x. So clearly this question, it is in the format of integration of e power x into f of x plus f dash of x, because if I consider 1 by x as equal to f of x and if I differentiate 1 by x is nothing but the f dash of x is nothing but minus 1 by x square, so which is here itself. So the given question I is equal to integration of e power x into 1 by x minus 1 by x square dx, where clearly 1 by x it is in the f of x format and minus 1 by x square it is f dash of x. So it is in this form. So the integral of this one is e power x into f of x, that is 1 by x plus c. So this is the integral of a given question. So this is the direct question here. By looking itself, those who are very familiar with the integral and differentiation, those who can recognize the differentiation of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square, they can easily recognize the question is in which format and get the answer for this type of question easily. The next question is x minus 3 e power x divided by x minus 3 whole cube. So first thing is that I am taking that one as equal to I. So again we need to recognize this question is in this format itself. So the recognition part, it is again a bit difficult. So here what I am doing is integration e power x. I am splitting this minus 3. How I am splitting is x minus 1 minus 2. Minus 3 is splitted as minus 1 minus 2. Minus 1 minus 2 is again minus 3 divided by x minus 1 whole cube into dx. So now what happens here? Integration e power x, splitting the numerator, that is x minus 1 divided by x minus 1 whole cube minus 2 divided by x minus 1 whole cube into dx. Here 1 x minus 1 get cancels. Here we are having 1 divided by x minus 1 whole square. So now upon continuous practice, I hope everyone might have get that is f of x is equal to 1 divided by x minus 1 whole square. If I differentiate this one, that is 1 divided by x minus 1 whole square, what I am going to get as per the quotient rule, that is x minus 1 to the power 4 divided by x minus 1, differentiation of this one is again 0, minus x minus 1 whole square. So this is x minus 1 whole square into 0, and the next is 1. Differentiation of this one is what? 2 into x minus 1 into 1. So this is the differentiation of x minus 1 whole square. So what happens? This part is 0. So remaining is minus 2 x minus 1 divided by x minus 1 to the power 4. Here 1 x minus 1 get cancelled. So we are going to get minus 2 into x minus 1 whole cube. So you can see here clearly it is like this, integration e power x 1 divided by x minus 1 whole square minus 2 divided by x minus 1 whole cube into dx. So clearly here this part is our f of x. If I differentiate this one, I am going to get this one as equal to f dash of x. So what happens? This question, it is in the form of integration e power x f of x plus f dash of x into dx. So if it is in this form, it means the integral is equal to e power x into f of x plus c. So what happens? The integral of this one is equal to e power x. What is our f of x here? 1 divided by x minus 1 whole square. So this is our f of x. So e power x into 1 divided by x minus 1 whole square plus c. This is the integral of this given question. So this is how we are solving the integral of this type of a question. The next question is e power x into sin x. So again, as per our Eilert rule, what is the first function comes? This is a trigonometric function comes first, exponential function comes the second. So now what happens? Integration of e power x into sin x dx is equal to first function sin x into integration of the second function minus integration differentiation of the first function into integration of the second function. So now what happens? We need to solve this one. Sin x, integration of e power x is e power x minus integration differentiation of sin is cos into e power x into dx. Now again you can see here this is the product of two function. Again here we are going to deal with the integration by parts. Again here cos x, it is a first function, e power x, it is a second function. What happens? Sin x into e power x minus first function into integration of the second function minus integration differentiation of the first function into integration of the second function. Now what happens? Sin x into e power x minus cos x, integration of e power x is e power x minus differentiation of cos. What is the differentiation of cos? It is minus sin x into e power x into dx. Now what happened here? Sin x into e power x minus, I am multiplying that minus inside the bracket, e power x into cos x, minus into minus plus, plus into minus is again minus, integration of sin x into e power x dx. So in the beginning itself I have taken e power x into sin x dx. So here it is going upon continuing again and again the same cycle. So in this case, so you can see here we got again the sin x into e power x, which I have taken as I in the beginning itself. So I am calling this one as equal to I. So now what happened? Sin x, this one is also I here, sin x into e power x minus e power x into cos x minus I plus C. Okay, I am not calling C here. We can put that C at the last because I didn't integrate it right now here. So here we are getting minus I. If I here also y minus I. If I bring this minus I towards the LHS, it becomes 2I. I plus I, it is 2I. E power x sin x minus e power x cos x plus C, that is I is equal to e power x by 2 sin x minus cos x plus C. So this is the integral of the question, that is e power x into sin x. So be careful if there is of this type of question where the same thing goes on repeating. So remember to put, I don't work on blankly like again doing this one by parts, again we are going to get cos x into e power x, again doing that one by parts. So don't be foolish at that time. So take this sin x into e power x is equal to I and just move that towards the LHS, and whatever the adding or subtracting takes place, and move the constant or the magnitude of I towards the RHS and get the value of I. That's all. So similar to this type of question, there is one question in your exercise 7.6. So I am giving that one as your homework, that is e power 2x into sin x. Here the difference between this and this is here, that is only 2. So remember, while differentiating e power 2x, we are having e power 2x into 2. So remember that one, that's only I can say to you, rest all are the same. Suppose if you have doubt with solving this question, you can ask me at any time. I am giving this one as homework for you people. The next question is sin inverse of 2x divided by 1 plus x square. So what I am doing is, first thing I am taking this one as equal to I. So integration of sin inverse of 2x divided by 1 plus x square dx. So to get the value of this one through integration by parts, what I am doing right now here is, I am taking this x is equal to tan theta, because we know that when we are having 1 plus x square, at that time we are substituting x is equal to tan theta. So what happens when x is equal to tan theta, if I differentiate this one with respect to s, dx is equal to secant square theta into d theta. Substitute that one here. What happens? Integration of sin inverse of 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta into secant square theta into d theta. So by the trigonometric identities, we know that 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sin 2 theta into secant square theta into d theta. Now what happens? Sin inverse of sin 2 theta is 2 theta into secant square theta into d theta. Now I bring this 2 outside, since it is a constant, theta into secant square theta into d theta. Now here it is in the form of product of two function as per our I-late rule. What comes? Theta, it is the first function, and secant square theta, it is the second function. What happens? Integration of that one, it is equal to 2 into first function integration of secant square theta into d theta minus integration differentiation of theta with respect to theta into integration of secant square theta into d theta into d theta. So we got like this. So what happens to theta? Integration of secant square theta is nothing but tan theta minus integration of theta with respect to theta, it is 1. Integration of secant square theta is again tan theta into d theta. So we got this one. So now we know that integration of tan theta. So can glance over before going to the next question. Remember what is the integration of tan theta. So what happens to theta into tan theta? So minus integration of tan theta. So we know that integration of tan theta, this one is equal to minus log mod of cos theta. And if I bring this one to minus towards the numerator, it becomes log mod secant theta plus c. As per our convenience, now I am using this one. So minus into minus plus, it becomes log mod cos theta plus c. So we got this one as our answer. So here we have begin the getting the integral of this one started with the substitution. What we have started, we have taken x is equal to tan theta. So if x is equal to tan theta is replaced by x and theta is replaced by tan inverse of x. Now what about this cos theta? Clearly we know that cos theta is equal to 1 by secant theta, and also we know that what is that, secant square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. So what happens, secant theta is equal to square root of 1 plus tan square theta. What is tan theta? It is x, so it becomes 1 plus x square. Now what happens to this equation? That is cos theta is equal to 1 divided by secant theta is replaced by 1 plus x square. Now we got the formula for cos theta, x and theta. Substitute all these three in this equation. So what happens, I is equal to 2 into theta, it is nothing but tan inverse of x, tan theta it is nothing but x, plus log of mod cos theta is nothing but 1 divided by square root of 1 plus x square plus c. Now we got this one as our answer. So now let us simplify this answer. How it goes with the simplification? 2x into tan inverse of x plus 2 into log of mod. So here you can see a 1 divided by square root of 1 plus x square. It is nothing but 1 divided by 1 plus x square to the power 1 by 2. If I bring this 1 plus x square to the power 1 by 2 to the numerator, means it becomes 1 plus x square to the power minus 1 by 2 plus c. And we know that as per the logarithmic rule, that is log m by n is equal to n log m. Now I am using this property here. So what happens? 2x tan inverse of x plus 2 into minus 1 by 2 log of mod 1 plus x square plus c. 2 get cancelled, so the remaining is 2x into tan inverse of x minus log of mod 1 plus x square plus c. So this is the integral of the given question, which is in the simplified form. So you can keep to here also, but the simplification is also matters a lot with the number of marks allotted for that question. And in certain times in the MCQ questions, they are going to keep the answer for certain type of integral in the most simplest form. So at that time it is good that you should able to know how to simplify your answer. That's why I am saying the simplification is one of the important part or the important step to know. So this is the integral of a given question. What was the question is sine inverse of 2x divided by 1 plus x square. Suppose if I am briefing this question again, means I have started by substituting x is equal to tan theta and differentiating this one. So after differentiating, we got what? I have substituted and I got that one is equal to 2 into integration theta into secant square d theta. At this stage I used integration by parts rule. So by integration by parts, what I got? Finally I got 2 into theta into tan theta plus log mod of cos theta plus c. But we started the question with the x, so I need to resubstitute back the value of theta. So I have taken x is equal to tan theta. So tan theta is replaced by x and theta is replaced by tan inverse of x. To replace cos theta in terms of x, what we have did here, we started with taking cos theta is equal to 1 by secant theta, and by trigonometric identities we came with the conclusion that cos theta is equal to 1 divided by square root of 1 plus x square, and substituted all those value here and we got the answer. Here from here to here we started with the simplification, that is through the logarithmic property, that is log m by m to the power n is equal to n log m. Using that property we have simplified and kept that I is equal to 2x tan inverse of x minus log of mod 1 plus x square plus c. So this is the integral of a given question. And again followed by this question there are two MCQ questions. Again I am giving the two MCQ question as your homework. Suppose if you have any doubts you can ask me at any time. So this is regarding the today's class. So go through each and every questions properly. Suppose if you have any doubts with any of the question means you can ask me at any time. That's all guys. Thank you.